G'day, welcome to this quick demonstration video. I just wanted to show you in this video a fully automated service desk solution built entirely within the Occamise platform. So everything that you're going to see in this video is all entirely managed and conducted through Occamise itself. There's no need for any third-party software at all. So this is the solution overview. We've got a service desk agent that can be talked to over various different channels, and its job is to log service requests or provide updates to the user on a service request, or even to enable the user to provide an update. The quality assurance agent is responsible for reviewing all conversations with the service desk agent. We have an escalation management agent, which we can use to manage the escalation plans associated with the system. We have an escalation tasks agent, which is responsible for executing a defined escalation plan. An escalation plan is things like sending an SMS, making a phone call, sending a pager message, iPhone notification, whatever it may be. And the goal of the escalation plan is to get a human user to acknowledge the fact that a service request has been logged. You can have different plans for different priorities. And then we have a reporting and analytics agent, which ties together all the information. So all of the escalation events that occur, all the service requests that are logged, all the conversation reviews, it can tie all of that together and create a really detailed report for a business user to show exactly what happened for a given service request. Okay, let's call into the service desk and log a service request for our broken PABX.
Welcome to the Occamise service desk. Can I start with your surname and 4-digit PIN, please?
Surname's Boyd, PIN is 4142.
Please hold a moment while I fetch your details. Thank you, Alistair Boyd from Occamise. Your organization doesn't have any active service requests currently. How can I assist you today?
Yeah, I need to log on. Very urgent. We've got no inbound calls in our contact center, so none of our customers are able to call in.
Got it. To clarify, no inbound calls are coming through to your contact center at all. Could you confirm if this issue is affecting all numbers or just specific ones? Any additional details will be helpful.
No, it just seems to be across the board with all our inbound numbers. So I think we need someone to come out and have a look at what's going on, please.
Understood. So no inbound calls are working across all your numbers. Would you say this issue is critical for immediate resolution since it's impacting all your contact center operations?
Yeah, I definitely would.
Thank you. So you've described a critical situation where all inbound calls are failing for your contact center, requiring immediate action. Would you like me to log this as a priority 1 service request now?
Yes, please. That'd be great.
Logging your service request now. 1 moment, please. I've logged your service request as a priority 1 issue with reference number SR 2540. Our team has been notified and will address this immediately. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Oh, no, you've been a great help. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling the service desk. Have a great day.
Okay, so now that the service request has been logged, if we come to our dashboard, you'll see that have the action item here, which I can acknowledge by going over here and marking it complete or acknowledging it. You'll also see that on the iPhone app, as a member of this managed service provider, I received a notification and I was able to click on that and acknowledge it from the iPhone app as well. And so now at this point, the escalation plan is going to be kicking into place. So let's have a look at what the escalation plan is for a P1 escalation. So we've built an agent that the business user can interface with to configure and manage the escalation system. So the escalation system is all about trying to get that action item acknowledged as soon as possible. So let's jump into a quick chat with the escalation manager and show you around what we have here. So I'm going to ask the agent what escalation plans we have. As with all my demos, for web chats anyway, I keep the annotation of ability execution visible just so you can see what's actually happening. But you can hide these, of course, and then the user would just ask this question and receive this response, and they wouldn't actually know that behind the scenes there's an ability executing. So you can see here that the agents responded with the escalation plans. There's one labeled ESC-P1 through P4. So when the service request is logged, the system looks at the priority and assigns the appropriate escalation plan. So in our case, we're running an escalation P1. So let's find out a little bit of information about esc P1. So can you tell me about esc P1? And also, I don't need our test anymore. You can delete it. So I can ask it to do multiple things at once, and it'll just do what I ask. So in one move, just again, like I said, we don't need to show these annotations, but you can see that it has executed the ability to fetch escalation plan steps, and it's also deleted the escalation plan. So what does esc P1 have? You can see here after 2 minutes, it'll send an iPhone notification. And after another 2 minutes, it'll send an SMS. And after 5 minutes, it'll make a phone call. And I could add steps to this and so on. So I won't add any other steps. I just wanted to show you what this plan did. But what I will show you now is one of these steps actually executing through the escalation tasks agent. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. It's been 6 minutes. We've had so far the first and second escalation plan step execute. And so what I wanted to show now is the third step, and I want to show you it live, because what this escalation tasks agent is a special type of agent that's able to execute a very complex set of instructions, and it's able to do this autonomously without any user intervention. So I want to show you that in action just so you can see what's going on behind the scenes. So let's have a look at the agent very quickly. So if I go to that agent, it's the escalation tasks agent, and I click on its abilities. You'll see it's got all of these different abilities. Fetch action items, so it can check the status of the action item, fetch the current escalation, and it can execute the actual escalation steps themselves. So it uses these abilities as it needs based on the instructions and based on the outputs of other ability steps. And it will run these independently. So let's have a look at how that works in action. So on the dashboard here, we can see that those first ones have executed. If I show the system conversations, you can see the escalation tasks agent ran at 11:21 and then 11:24, and it's probably due to run again now. And I can check that by looking at the scheduler, because in the scheduler page, you'll see the step 3 of the esc P1 plan is scheduled to execute here. And that was scheduled by the agent that executed step 2, and it automatically schedules the next step. So what we're going to do is, when this one is executing, I'm going to show you live. All right, so I've come into the scheduler and I've just disabled the scheduled task. So it's not going to kick off at 11:29 when it's supposed to. And I'm just going to hit run task now so that we can watch it together and see exactly what it does. So here's the instructions it's going to be given, and we'll watch it execute each of those steps as it goes. So let's have a look at that now. So it fetches the current escalation record, and then it fetches the associated action item and checks the status of that action item. It hasn't been acknowledged yet. So it fetches the current escalation plan step, and then it is actually calling me right now. So I'll just answer that phone call.
Outstanding escalation that needs to be acknowledged. The details are no inbound calls to contact center.
And then it hangs up. So it's executed it fetched the step, it then made the phone call, then it fetched the next step, and because there wasn't a next step, there's only 3 steps in this plan, it's then marked the escalation as completed. And so it's completed all of its steps autonomously in the correct order and based on all the different instructions that were provided to it. So at this point, I'm just going to acknowledge the action item. I'll mark it complete, which acknowledges it at the same time. And so now it's all been done, and that was acknowledged shortly after the phone call was received. So the person that received the phone call probably received the SMS, and in the SMS, they were able to acknowledge it through the SMS itself, or through the iPhone notification, they were able to acknowledge it through the iPhone app, or maybe they logged in and acknowledged it through the browser. Okay, so let's check out some reporting. I'm going to use the reporting agent, which is an agent specifically built for a business user to review service requests and all of the associated reporting. However, we also do have a basic custom dashboard system within the product. We're working on expanding that at the moment. But for now, you're able to create a basic dashboard with different widgets that measure different things. And so in this particular case, I've got two tables, one to track knowledge gaps, one to track active service requests. We've got a little counter to show number of active service requests. And then I've also got this donut to show the sentiment of callers. These widgets can be created and moved around as needed to create your own dashboards. But I'm not going to use that right now. We're going to go to the Launchpad and we're going to jump into a conversation with this reporting agent. And we're going to ask what service requests have been logged in the last 3 days. And then we'll go from there. All right, so we got that service request come back. We got the details there shown. And now I can ask for some details on that. So what the agent did there is it ran its ability, which is to fetch all the different information, the quality assurance agent reviews, the service request itself, and all the different escalation events. And then it ties together all that information that it gets from that ability execution into a detailed report. And so we can see in the executive summary, the basic details of the service request. We can also click here to view the transcript of the conversation. And then we have a timeline of events. So when the service request was logged, when the notification escalation step was executed, the SMS step was executed, and the phone call was made. And then we can see when a business user acknowledged the action item or the service request. Related conversations, just one related conversation in this particular demo. I could have called back to ask a question or provide more information, and then it would have had 2 conversation reviews, and we would have got all that into the timeline as well. But in this particular case, I just made one quick phone call to log the service request, and you can see the agent decided my sentiment was happy, and there's no particular issues with the call. As you can see, so quality assurance agents are responsible for not only identifying knowledge gaps, looking at the sentiment of the caller, but also analyzing the way the agent handled the call to identify any critical, high, medium, or low issues. So a low issue might be like not following a process exactly correctly. A critical issue might be saying that it had logged a service request and not actually logging the service request. But as you can see, our agent handled it perfectly. So that's our detailed report. And of course, this agent could email that report or do whatever I want with it if I gave it the ability to do that. So there is a quick overview of our fully automated service desk solution built wholly within the Occamise platform. Hopefully that gives you a little insight into the capabilities of a AI agent solution like ours. If you'd like more information about Occamise and what it can do for your business or for your customers, if you're a service provider, please reach out to us and we'd be more than happy to help you. Thanks.